This beer is named after somebody who lived in the 1600s to the 1700s. Why is he on the can of a beer? I'm not too sure, but I will leave a link down in the description box below to find out why for yourself, because there seems to be a lot of history about him. Let's do this, guys. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Brewski from the Brewski Review. And today the beer I have for you is by the Walkerville Brewing Company, Walkerville Brewery, my apologies. This is their Rob Roy Scotch Ale, coming in at 7% alcohol by volume, and no listed IBUs here on the can that I can actually see. No, I do not see any IBUs, but that's totally fine because not the website, but Untapped is showing it coming in at 25 IBUs. Very nice to see there. So, what do we have in the can? We have a picture of Rob Roy, black, gray, maroon, red, a little bit of white. Very nice indeed. Let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. And is it going to explode? No, thankfully. A little bit of boobles though. Let's pour it up into my Laker-based pint glass. Not pint glass, what am I saying? Tulip style glass. 7%, we're going to do it like that. Boom. Looking at the beer. Nice, some people would say dark brown. I would say a nice ruby red, to be honest. Nice bit of a tan head on top. Looking fairly clear as well. A little bit of, ruby in color for sure. Holy, that's a beautiful look for the beer. Let's have a smell. Ooh, toasted malt, caramel, toffee, slight molasses, bready, grainy, like I'd say maybe like a multigrain bread, brown bread. Let's give it a little bit of a swirl. Let's give it a bit of agitation. Let's see what pops out. Definitely more of the molasses, a little bit of alcohol bite and heat and warmth. Smell like quite delicious. Let's have a sip. Ooh, velvety smooth, huge, like wafer biscuit, or like like wafer cookie things. Wafer cookie. A little bit of chocolate, touch of molasses, a little bit of brown sugar going on, ever so slightly nutty, but then a nice, not alcohol bite, but alcohol warmth is what's coming in on the finish. That is sweet and bold and beautiful. SBB. Let's keep on drinking, guys. Let's just do it. So, like we always do. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Wafer, cookie, biscuit, toffee, slight chocolate, a little bit of nuttiness, and wow, a little bit of molasses, some brown sugar. This is a, I like it. That wafer cookie biscuitiness going on right in the forefront. Boom, alcohol warmth in the back. In between, like I said, toffee, slight nutty, slight molasses, a little bit of chocolate. And that wafer biscuity note sort of just, lingers a little bit with that alcohol warmth. Not alcohol bite, but just a little bit of warming sensation. That is an amazing Scotch Ale. Easy to drink, yet still heavy. It's a medium to heavy bodied in my opinion. Sits just a tad heavy, but that alcohol warmth in there sort of just ties everything together in a nice little big bold bow. And wow. That is a treat. Looking on the can, Walkerville Brewery Rob Roy Scotch Ale, 7% ABV, 25 IBUs according to Untapped. Where are they from? They're from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Done a few beers by them. Just forgot where they were located. Description, here we go. Rob Roy Ale is a strong Scotch ale that can trace its roots back to 1939 when it was originally made by Walkerville Brewery Limited. The image on the can is a rendition of the original Rob Roy Ale bottle label of that time. This multi-award-winning Scotch ale is handcrafted. The beer is dark ruby color. It is smooth drinking with a dry roast character and has a full finish. Slanche. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Proudly crafted at Walkerville Brewery in Windsor. Return for refund, blah, 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 blah. Ingredients: water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. Allergy warning: contains barley. Watch out, you gluten freaks. As well, anything else. Enjoy fresh or drink local. On the bottom, there is some sort of code. It's 9263. I don't know what that means, but hey, it's something that makes sense to Walkerville apparently. But as far as I know and I care, I don't know and I don't really care what that means. Could be a date code of some sort of thing, but as far as I know right now, it means jack shit. But overall, very nice looking can. Good description on the back. Like how they have the ingredients. No listed IBUs. No brewed on or best before date. That is clearly labeled. So, moving on to the website. After another sip. That's good. Website, walkervillebrewery.com. You go to the beer section. And you kind of search high and low. Because I got a few beers here in the beer section. They do have a Scotch Ale. But it is different. This is just called Scotch Ale. It has a picture of a puppy on the logo, coming in at 6.5% ABV and 25 IBUs. Which leads me to believe that Rob Roy is a completely different animal or just a variation. Because in the original Scotch Ale, or what's listed on their website, which isn't updated to note, the malts that are used are two-row blended crystal malt. The hops are a European hop. It also has a description which kind of the same, but not the same at all. So what I'm guessing is that they took their Scotch Ale, rebranded it under the Rob Roy name as the previous Walkerville Brewery did back in the early 1900s. Yeah. So I don't really have any new information about the beer off their website. That's something that Walkerville, you will have to update. I think that's one of my biggest things. Well, one of the other big things that I really have a pet peeve about is breweries bringing out a beer and not having their website updated to accompany that beer. It kind of makes no sense. I think when they have a beer and the day they put it out either into their brewery or tap room or to the consumer market at your, say, LCBO, outside third-party restaurants or beer store, you should have all the information about that particular beer on your website ready to go. All you got to do is hit OK and apply, or done, or enter, or whatever, what have you, or launch. Not having it on your website once the beer's released just seems like a waste of time. Because if people like your beer, they're going to go to your website. And if they can't find any information about the beer, it's just, I don't know, it seems like a bad image. It's like giving people something, but no information to go look for. But that's a completely different rant that I can do. But overall, very nice beer. Happy it's out here in the public instead of just being on the website. If you do want to pick up the Rob Roy Scotch Ale by Walkerville Brewing Company, or Brewery, sorry, I always get the two mixed up. They are so interchangeable between companies, it's ridiculous. $3.25 for this beer, for this 473 ml tallboy can, which is absolutely a great price because you're getting an amazing beer at a very high alcohol, or a decently high alcohol by volume content, and I think that's just, I love when that happens. When I can pay less and get drunker quicker, or get a buzz on quicker and enjoy a higher ABV complex beer, I'm all for it. Finally, moving over to Untapped. Oh my god. I love the biscuitiness of this. That wafer biscuit. That's where my mind goes, is that wafer. Just, oh my, wafer cookie, delight, sweetness, just, great stuff. But yeah, Untapped. Rob Roy Scotch Ale by Walkerville Brewery has been given a 3.72 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of just over 1,000 ratings. Overall, a phenomenal beer, great color. I always love my ruby colored beers. I really don't know what else to say about this beer. It is just a beautifully balanced Scotch ale. You get beautiful malty notes and toffee and biscuity goodness, amongst others. And you get that bit of alcohol warmth, not bite, because sometimes the bite can be a little, I don't know, it might off-put some people. But having just the warmth of the alcohol sort of just get all into like your chest and down your stomach and keep you warm in the colder months, that's a great thing. That's a really amazing thing to just enjoy out of a beer, and this has it, and I'm a big fan. So with those thoughts put out there to you guys, cheers on the final sip. Let's get right to ratings and wrap this thing up. Rob Roy Scotch Ale. Velvety, beautiful, alcohol warmth, biscuity, a little toffee, a little nuttiness, molasses, a little bit, brown sugar, just wow. Solid beer, solid 9 out of 10 for me. As for presentation, I do like the look of the can. Walkerville always does a solid job on their cans. Nice description, good ingredients list. Bummers that I do have though, no IBU list, and no clearly labeled or distinguishable brewed on or best before date on the bottom of the can. There is some sort of code, but it makes no sense to me, and if it doesn't make sense to me, it won't make sense to you. It only makes sense to Walkerville, which is a bummer. Kind of a weird way to label stuff, but hey, what can you do? Also for the website, please, when you bring out a new beer, I'm not just talking to you, Walkerville, I'm talking to other breweries that have experienced this in the past. If you have a beer, put it on your website. It shouldn't be that hard if you have everything else on there. Just do it. Do it before the beer comes out. Say coming soon, and then once it's out, just take away the coming soon. Like I said, that's a total another rant video. I should probably start doing these. I think that'd be a really good idea. But overall, since there's nothing on the website for this particular beer, and the beer can is lacking some information, I can only give the presentation mark. Ooh, what do I give it? What do we have? We got description, ingredients, and that doesn't count. ABV. I can only give presentation a solid 5 out of 10. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Maple Brewski, could be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Maple Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. Let's warm my tummy with some beer. And this is a perfect beer to warm your tummy. And I kinda spilt over the can. That's kinda weird, but hey, what you gonna do? Cheers.